you doing?
Happy birthday, nephew.
That's simple. A lot of like to spend their money. We love to spend our money. We can't take none of this. None. Ain't no armored trucks pulling up at no funerals. Simple. So you better enjoy this. A fool and his money will park. We do this. So
Yeah. So look, I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film.
Lil Meech just sent shockwaves through the entire hip-hop world. He's coming out accusing Rick Ross of running off with a staggering $120 million from Big Meech. And the internet is on fire. What began as quiet chatter online has now exploded into an all-out showdown. BMF versus Rick Ross, and neither side is folding.
Would lead to February 13th, the Big Meech home benefit concert. It's gonna be iconic. Too many names to list, but let me salute some of the legends. Lil Baby, Boss Man D-Lo, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Ricky Rose. Now, this the first time it's ever been done. Me performing BMF with the icon himself. This gonna be special.
Epic.
Get your tickets right now.
I'm back.
A quick Google search for you says that your net worth is $20 million.
I know I got more money than that. I might go 70 days without looking at my exact total amount of my money because it gives me anxiety, keep looking at numbers all day. It's like when you put money in stocks, the stock trader told me, say, put a lot of money in stock, don't keep looking at that. It'll drive you crazy.
The streets are on fire. Social media is flooded, and fans are choosing sides. Everyone's asking the same thing. Did Rick Ross really finesse one of the most respected figures in street history for fame and money?
Right now, my shoulder broke, but we still getting to the money. We still count paper. This ain't a pump and dump, baby.
Think about it. It was all part of the plan. 50 Cent and Rick Ross, they set up Big Meech. Freeway Ricky, Rick Ross, and now you got 50 Cent, he owning the rights to
From the jump, it felt like the ultimate comeback. Big Meech walked free last October, and the culture was ready to salute. Folks believed the legend was gearing up to rebuild his empire the right way, through films, business ventures, and legacy-building power moves.
Take a picture with Rick Ross. Put your back against the wall and just slide down.
Then Ross came into the picture talking heavy numbers, floating a $120 million movie deal, saying he'd turn Meech's life into a true Hollywood legacy. Sounded too good to pass up. Film contracts, high-end brand partnerships, and a worldwide BMF franchise. But behind all that noise, the streets are saying it was all smoke and mirrors. No movie, no real deal, no money, just hype.
A couple weeks ago about a girl that you're not even with no more.
We wearing Travis Scotts all week.
What is it with you and Ross? It's just been going on for so long.
Nothing else works for him outside of mentioning me. When things get bad, you mention me. It gets covered further. I get covered across the board. They get covered on the hip hop blog. It is what it is. And you watch because I have nothing else to say. You just see it happen periodically as it goes. You know, you see that big white elephant, that property he lives at? It costs more than the nightclubs. He's in the nightclubs. What kind of rich cut his own grass? Why you out there cutting your own grass? You trying to save money, nigga? You don't want to pay for the lawn to get cut, huh?
Ain't nothing wrong with cutting your grass.
Sources say Ross moved calculated. Smooth talk, flashy ties, and big promises that never materialized. Big Meech saw loyalty. Others saw straight manipulation. Meanwhile, Ross leveled up, more money, more fame, while the BMF name got pulled into even more chaos. One street source said people feel for Lil Meech, but they point fingers at the older generation. They should have known better. This wasn't friendship. This was business. And in business, loyalty won't stop you from getting finessed.
Biggest boss Ricky Rose just got word. Meech concert not happening tonight, but 3:05 is going down at the office. Meet us there. Bam!
Meanwhile, 50 Cent, the guy who helped turn BMF into a real TV legacy, wasn't holding his tongue. From the very beginning, 50 put up the money, paid for Lil Meech's acting training, and gave him a platform that transformed him from a street kid into a star.
When that song came out, that's probably like the hottest I ever seen a rapper. People was confronting Ross everywhere, 100 deep, with Larry Hoover Jr. 100 deep to confront Ross about saying the old man name in the song. Even some of the BMF guys for saying he think he Big Meech. When it come to Meech, Meech had guys getting BMF tats on their face in the pen.
He handled the BMF story with care, turning it into a TV phenomenon. But then Lil Meech stunned everybody by choosing to ride with Ross instead of the man who helped lift him up. That decision sparked a silent war behind the scenes, and sooner or later, the gloves came off.
Big Meech, entrepreneur, here at 5 Star Smiles to make sure that my smile is right forever. First off, image is everything to me, you know, so the first thing people notice is the smile. So knowing that I was going to be doing probably interviews and stuff like that and be in the limelight, wanted to make sure that was the first thing I had did. And that's the thing, like a lot of people in the prison, they
50 took to social media, roasting Ross like only he can. Precise, ruthless trolling. He even joked about Ross sending Wingstop wings to Big Meech's prison cell. But behind the laughs was a serious point. Ross wasn't building the legacy, he was feeding off it. Then 50 got personal. He started dropping details fans had never heard. Lil Meech was reportedly showing up to set under the influence, getting sick during training, and losing focus. He even joked about spotting whippets in Meech's truck, admitting he had to Google what they even were.
Yeah. So look, I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film. Which director? Shout out to my homie F. Gary Gray, Antoine Foucault, what's up? Tarantino. It's a lot of legends. This is gonna be big, I can feel it. I'm just talking.
But the message was clear. 50 wanted everyone to know he was the only one acting like an adult, while everyone else was messing around with the BMF name.
Take a picture with Rick Ross. You like a hoe, nigga. Put your back against the wall and just slide down.
Through it all, Lil Meech kept grinning for the cameras with Ross, hitting clubs, striking poses, acting like everything was perfect. But the streets weren't buying it. Fans began calling the partnership fake, fueled by ego and empty promises.
February 13th, the Big Meech benefit concert. It's gonna be iconic. Too many names to list, but let me salute some of the legends. Lil Baby, Boss Man D-Lo, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Ricky Rose. Now, this the first time it's ever been done. Me performing BMF with the icon himself. It's gonna be special.
Epic.
Get your tickets right now.
I'm back.
It didn't take long for fans to switch sides. Even Tony Yo chimed in, reminding everyone that 50 had been there for Lil Meech from day one. No gimmicks, no fake loyalty, just real support.
You took a picture with Rick Ross. Put your back against the wall and just slide down.
But once Lil Meech picked his side, the pressure started showing. Money slowed, fame dimmed, and frustration set in. That's when Michael Rainey Jr., aka Tarek from Power, dropped a viral comment that shook the internet. He said he didn't feel sorry for Lil Meech or Big Meech. Grown men should have seen this coming. The clip blew up, spreading everywhere. Meanwhile, Ross tried to ride the wave, hyping shows and shouting dates like nothing was wrong. February 13th, Miami, Detroit, ATL.
You took a picture with Rick Ross. Put your back against the wall and just slide down.
Once 50 saw that, he went off again, backing Michael Rainey Jr.'s comments and calling it proof of weak loyalty and poor judgment. The message was unmistakable. Lil Meech had picked clout over loyalty, and Ross was once again cashing in on someone else's name. And this wasn't even new. Insiders say Ross has a history of leaving his own people in the dust.
Yes, Charleston White is correct. I'm a rapper, not a dealer. Be sure to catch my new show, 50 Cent, 50 Ways to Catch a Killer.
He even let his own crew get jumped in Canada while testing their loyalty, cold, calculated, and classic Ross.
Trying to decide how we gonna roll at this Meech concert tonight. 2 lambs, 4 Raris, 5 double R's, something like that.
Then, like clockwork, Ross tried to spin the story again, hyping a big-budget BMF movie that he claimed would outshine 50's TV version. He even name-dropped FG Gary Gray and Tarantino, but let's be real, it sounded like straight cap.
Seeing a lot of about the Big Meech concert getting canceled. What I'm not seeing is anybody blaming Rick Ross for this. Nobody is seeing.
It was classic Ross, loud, viral, and all about keeping the spotlight on himself. That's when the story flipped, and the hip-hop world began seeing through his game. Wack 100 jumped in, calling Ross the real villain. No sugar kuating. He said Ross was never loyal to Big Meech. Just a manipulator using the BMF name to throw cheap shots at 50 Cent. Wack made it clear. If Ross truly respected Meech, he'd handle business quietly, no flexing, no cameras. Instead, he turned the whole thing into a circus.
Quick Google search for you says that your net worth is $20 million.
I know I got more money than that. I might go 70 days without looking at my exact total amount of my money, because it give me anxiety keep looking at numbers all day. It's like when you put money in stocks, the stock trader told me, say, put a lot of money in stock, don't keep looking at that. It's gonna drive you crazy.
A one-man show filled with fake loyalty and over-the-top clout chasing. Every interview, every post, every announcement was about him, not the BMF legacy. It became clear Ross had a single mission: keep the spotlight on himself. He paraded Big Meech's name like a trophy, using the connection to boost his own image. And honestly, that said it all.
Think about it. It was all part of the plan. 50 Cent and Rick Ross, they set up Big Meech. Freeway Ricky, Rick Ross, and now you got 50 Cent, he owning the rights to
Ross wasn't moving for the culture, he was moving for attention. From the start, he played both sides, hyping Meech with talk of million-dollar deals and empires, while the only empire that actually grew was his own brand. Behind the scenes, he even drove a wedge between Big Meech and 50 Cent, the man who built the entire BMF TV empire and gave the name new life. When the dust finally settled, all that remained were broken promises and headlines that meant nothing.
This is the gentleman's side of Meech, right? Yep. The plane lands Friday night. It's like 12 midnight. Alex calls me. He's like, yo, Chris, Meech needs the biggest suite in Cancun. I'm like, I ain't no travel agent. He's like, no. When I landed, they told me that you got the presidential suite at the Coral Beach. I'm like, are you crazy? Like, I love Meech, but I'm not giving him my room. I'm like, yo, man, I'm not giving him my room. He's like, he'll give you $60,000 right now. I was paying $3,000 a night. He had that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But here's the gentleman's side of Meech. I switched to another suite. I get a phone call. I'm like, yo, what's up? Who's this? He's like, yo, is this Chris Latimer? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, we up in the presidential suite. I got some messages from you. I'm like, all right, cool, man. Tell me what they are. And I'm like, yo, brother, man, thanks a lot, man. Yo, tell Meech, good looking out, man. He's like, Chris, it is Meech.
That's important because a lot of people don't understand. To get to the top, you have to pay attention to every small detail. Okay. And knowing me calling him hear my voice, he knows the kind of man that I am.
Ross went online, bragging about buying people's masters, even throwing shade at 50 Cent, claiming he could buy his catalog anytime he wanted. Then he took aim at Lil Meech, saying 50 had to pull him out of Detroit just to teach him how to act. It was a slick attempt to humiliate them both. But really, it just showed Ross' obsession with being the loudest voice in the room. Once the attention faded, he ghosted Meech entirely. That's when rumors started flying. Insiders whispered that Ross was the reason Lil Meech's Welcome Home benefit concert got canceled. A show fans thought 50 had ruined, but people close to the situation say otherwise. Ross didn't want Meech regaining momentum. He wanted him sidelined, out of the spotlight, so Ross could continue acting like the one carrying the legacy online. Pure betrayal. Using another man's struggle as marketing material. Ross traded Meech's name for clicks and views, and when it stopped benefiting him, he cut ties. Lil Meech tried to fight back online, calling 50 Cent an internet gangster, accusing him of hiding behind social media for attention. But no one bought it. Fans saw right through it. They said he was just damage controlling the mess Ross left behind. By then, memes and jokes were everywhere, painting Lil Meech as a young man getting played in his own story. Painful to watch, but a clear example of how fast the industry can turn when loyalty and money mix. Ross' track record made the pattern obvious. Every time he links up with someone respected, chaos follows. Deals go south, loyalty fades, people get left behind. Look at Maybach Music Group, Meek Mill, Whale, Gunplay. All once stood proudly under Ross' wing. Behind the success, missing checks, shady contracts, and frustration stacking up. He acted supportive in public while pulling strings in private, ego over teamwork, control over collaboration. Over time, the pattern became impossible to ignore. Ross knows exactly how to move the chessboard, boosting himself at others' expense. If he cared about BMF, he would have built quietly with Big Meech, honoring the legacy. Instead, he went public knowing 50 Cent would react. This wasn't just business, it was pride, power, and a fight over attention. 50 was protecting something real, a brand he built from the ground up, while Ross poked the bear just for clicks. Even Meek Mill eventually distanced himself, realizing MMG wasn't built for everyone to win. The spotlight was big enough for only one, Rick Ross. And now he's doing the same with Big Meech and Lil Meech. The $120 million empire that was supposed to change their lives? Ghost deal. Nothing real behind it. Ross walked away with free publicity, interviews, and followers. Fans started connecting the dots. Whenever Ross' fame dips, he latches onto someone credible. He did it with Drake during the MMG days, then Meek, then Larry Hoover, and now Big Meech. But while Ross chases headlines, 50 Cent flips stories into billion-dollar productions. Power, Raising Cannon, BMF. He turns pain into profit, legacy into storytelling, and business into empires. One builds, the other borrows. The streets notice. Fans started saying it straight. Ross plays checkers, 50 plays chess. One thinks ahead, building real moves. The other chases short-term clout. Behind the noise, the truth is undeniable. Every time Rick Ross steps into someone else's world, that world ends up broken, confused, and left behind. While he smiles for the cameras. His playbook never changes. He builds shine off others' credibility, makes big promises, and disappears when it falls apart. From MMG family members to street connections, the outcome is always the same. Even the BMF movie hype, big Hollywood names like Tarantino and Antoine Fuqua, was smoke and mirrors. No movie, no script, no $120 million deal. Just headlines keeping him trending while everyone else cleans up the mess. Now Lil Meech faces backlash, and fans wonder, did loyalty blind him? Did he trust the wrong person? Or was he caught in a bigger hustle he didn't see coming? Either way, it's a hard lesson. In this industry, image is everything. Ross knows that game all too well. He finds a new name to attach to, a new spark to stay relevant. Every time the pattern repeats, chaos follows. Relationships break, and the only winner left standing is Rick Ross. Even former associates have started distancing themselves, sharing stories of shady contracts and being left behind. Ross' empire isn't built on trust. It's built on illusion. Every move is calculated for exposure, not loyalty. Every headline is crafted to look powerful, even if it's built on someone else's foundation. So now the streets ask, was Ross ever loyal to Big Meech? Or was he just trying to become Big Meech in the eyes of the culture? Look closely and it makes sense. The BMF track that made Ross famous wasn't about honoring a friend. It was about embodying that image, taking on that identity, and soaking up the respect that came with it. Ross' brand was built on other people's legacies, stories, and pain. Big Meech's name deserved better. A legacy meant for redemption and rebirth, not confusion and controversy. Once Ross stepped in, the message got twisted. The focus shifted from building a legacy to chasing attention. Fans now call it what it is: manipulation, ego, and cloud addiction. So what's next for BMF? Can Lil Meech rebuild trust? Can Big Meech reclaim control and rewrite the story properly? Time will tell. One thing is clear: 50 Cent's words echo louder than ever. Real ones build, fake ones borrow. Right now, the streets know exactly who's who. If you're following this saga, drop your thoughts in the comments. Who's really winning this war, and who's just playing the game? Make sure to subscribe, share, like, and comment for more stories digging into the truth behind the culture. This saga isn't over, not by a long shot.